feel it different. You can hear it. Like certain records that you can hear, if you makes you feel something 9 times out of 10, there was some type of connection there.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Mia Bell. Welcome to another episode of BET Talks featuring women with real bars. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, okay? Bronx legend and legend in the making, Remy Ma and Connie Diiamond. Hey, girls.
Hi, beautiful.
I am great, especially to be talking to both of you, okay? Now, before anything, Connie, let me tell you something about Remy, because she always used to make me nervous.
Really?
But then what I realized is that you respect real work and that you respect real energy. And once that is all intact, you are the sweetest angel in the world.
Period.
And you are very real, so we here.
Yes, we are all in line today.
Yes.
Now,
down to the boots.
Come on. We have to make a quick change, but we are here. Remy, let me tell you something about Connie.
Okay.
Me and Connie ran into each other at Lagos, December. She was hosting, I'm hosting, we're having a great time. And she said, yo, I love what you're doing with BT. And I'm like, yeah, of course, you about to be on there soon. And she was like, yeah, soon, you know, as if it wasn't gonna happen in the near future. And here we are.
Very soon later.
Yeah, literally a month later.
Yes.
So Connie, how does everything feel now that you are really moving in this huge way? I mean, Ghetto and Ratchet is going crazy. It is you to the core, and everyone's feeling it. How do you feel?
I feel really good. It feels good. I've been working for a while, you know, making music for a while. So it feels good to actually have a record that's making noise in the city and to also have someone who's so legendary on the record.
Right.
Slap it.
It feels good.
So start acting.
Come on.
No, it feels really good, man. I've been working hard, so.
Yeah, and it's also worth it. And just the way that I see you guys interact off camera too, it is very sister-like. Like, first of all, I have to like really get in line because y'all are just, I can feel the energy and you know that it's real and you hear it in the music. So to see it in person, I think is really cool.
It's so weird because we literally keep matching by accident on purpose. I don't know.
Tell us what happened earlier.
No,
Remy.
it's literally every time we show up. So when we talk about like what we're gonna wear as far as like the style, like yo, we're gonna dress down, we're gonna dress up, so that like we look like we're going to the same place. But then we get there and it literally be like color coordinated.
Every time.
The same. The only other person in the world that happens with is Fat Joe. And when I tell you all the time, like if you look at our pictures, they'll look like we planned the outfits, but it really just be happening like that. So to see it happening with this, it happens like, you know what? Getting on my nerves there because it's starting to seem like this is meant to be. She's like, isn't it?
We really
But it's
random.
genuine, it's real, like, and I think a lot of times, like to pick it back up with what you said, like she's being real humble minded, which is great. Keep that up. Don't be like me. She's like, you know, it feels good, whatever. But when you have been putting in work consistently for years, like sometimes when you start seeing things move, like you're excited and you're happy for it, but you know what you've been doing for so long. You're like, dang, this is the one. Like, what about this one? What about that one? Like, you start thinking of things like that, and I was kind of like, don't worry, because what happens is when they get it, what usually happens, they end up going back and seeing all the stuff that they missed. So you still get to get the accolades and the appreciation of the work that you put in. So I'm just happy to like see that happening for her as well, because I see so many people like, yo, I didn't even know. Hold on, I just went and checked out her. She's dope. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I've been watching for years. She's great.
It happens to me a lot.
Like
I always see like comments on my old YouTube videos, like new comments on videos that I put out like 2 years ago.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so that's very true. Like they're going back now.
Absolutely. And you know, prior to Ghetto and Ratchet, you had Underdog Season out.
Yeah.
And before that, you've been doing so much more. Now, talk about the beginning for you, because I know you was doing hair and paying for the studio time that way, and really putting all of your eggs in this music basket. And here we are.
I always was into music since like 14.
Yep.
And it started out with poetry. I was into poetry slams in junior high school. And
Talking that black talk, huh?
yeah, I was really like that. It was some like Black History Month, like it was like that. And I started like just playing around with beats. I remember Pharrell used to Neptunes used to put out beat tapes. I remember getting a beat tape. It was like $5. Some Africans in the hood.
Yep.
Mad instrumentals on there. I used to just try to like play around and create some raps or whatever. But then as I grew older, I started doing hair. Like I have a passion for hair. And again, like I was just using that bread to fund the music, but I really did like hair. So I would do hair during the day, go to the studio at night. I'm a night owl. I love recording in the night. And then like one of my freestyles went viral, 2016. And from there I was like, wait, I can really do this. It was getting really lit. So it made me feel like I could actually really, really, really do it. So I started tapping in. I took a lot of breaks because at the same time I'm still trying to find my sound.
Right.
Trying to see what kind of rapper I really want to be, what I like. And then from there, everything just kind of took off, just staying consistent and just constantly working and putting myself forward, putting myself first, my best foot forward, and everything kind of just fell into place. So I just never gave up, and everything is just like, it's lit now.
So can you do my hair or not?
Of course I can do your hair.
Okay.
Come on now.
Do we need to hire somebody to do hair when we go on the road?
I'm the one.
So you gonna make her do it?
Yeah, I'm the
Hey,
one.
we got cut corners.
Right.
What do we need hairstyles for? We got a professional.
No, she's joking, and now, after this, you gotta let me do your hair.
See if you like it.
No, because now you should never said that, because now I want to do your hair.
Now she wanna show you. Now she wanna show
I'm
you what
good.
she
I'm
can
really
do.
good.
I need to see your client page.
All right, I got you.
Remy, do you
I know you
remember
can rap.
any of your first jobs?
I only had one job.
What was it?
They allowed me. Y'all believe this? They allowed me to be security. I was security at the U.S. Open.
Wow, really? That's
Yeah.
a big job right there, though.
I worked the night shifts. I worked from midnight to 12 in the afternoon. And I used to be in there driving all the cars that were sponsored, eating all the Haagen-Dazs.
Wow.
Haagen-Dazs was a sponsor. I think they had Avion, so I used to be in there spraying the water on me. I used to be in there stealing all the Nike,
Oh my gosh.
Nike tennis
playing.
skirts.
Oh, God.
But that was the best job ever. Like, it was my first job, and I was getting paid way too much to be only 17. And they had all the Ghetto and Ratchet people working the night shift, so you used to be in there lit. And then after the summer was over, they tried to hire me to still with the same security company, and I was working the same job but at a different location. They had me working at a shelter, a homeless shelter in the Bronx called Help Bronx.
Okay.
And it was crazy because I used to be in a shelter with my mom. So people used to come in. I used to let them come in whenever they want, sign in and out, because I know how it is. Like when you're in those shelters, like you're trying to get permanent housing, and they have so many strict rules. You can't have company. You gotta come in at a certain time. You gotta sign in.
I'm so happy you did that, because I'd be so annoyed with people who act like they the police at their job. Like, let people live for real.
So I'm gonna tell you how I got fired. I used to be going to smoke weed across the street in the park with the people that lived in the shelter.
Now you took it too far.
Right? But I didn't care. I knew how it was. And it was just like, it was. And then right after that, I had met Pun and I started doing music while I was still in high school. So I didn't really have the whole list of jobs. But I mean, I did my hair today. I could do a little song one to one. But I think it's a blessing to be able to get into the industry as young as I did without having the experience of all the other jobs. But I also noticed that a lot of people that have had a more of a grind and went to this job, when they actually get here, they maneuver a little bit better. I was spending money crazy. I ain't never have no real job. Even the job that I had, both of them was it was jokes. It was laughing. I found my ID recently. I was like, why did they hire me? What was they thinking? I was do I look like a good security? I do not care about no authority. I had don't worry about your ticket. Just go.
Right. When you look at Connie's career and how she's growing, what reminds her of you?
There's a few things, and I think most prominently is how independent she is. Even with, label backing and management and, all these people that are put in place to help her, she's very hands-on with her own project and with her career, which to me, I feel like you get the more authentic artists when you have that. You have some people that they come into this, and once they get that, they're like, all right, they don't do nothing, and they just fall back and let everybody else handle things. She is so hands-on, and I'm still like that. I was like that in the beginning, and I'm like that now. More so in the beginning, I had to learn how to be like that. So I was like, you know what? Okay, if I want things done the way I want to do them, I got to do them, and then everybody else will do what I do. And I see her do that a lot. I mean, there's the obvious. We both brown skin. We both from the Bronx. We both kind of got, you know, the little Barry White thing going on. You know, those things, of course. But she's a rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, there's some people, like, people try to downplay it now because it make it seem like it's not important, but in some instances not. But you do get extra points when you are a rapper.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna need all the points.
Absolutely.
So yeah, those things definitely. And then she just chill. But she be saying it quiet, like she's really kind of ratchet too.
Oh, I know. For sure. I know.
She knows me.
Like she really. And I like that. I'm like, oh, for real? You want to fight them too? Yes, I love it.
Don't do that.
Hold on. Now, Connie, when you hear Remy speak about you in that light, I want you to talk more about your experience too, being with the label and having to deal with a lot of the independent work that you've done too, and really, you know, honing in on your creativity and taking charge the way that you do, because Remy had to learn to do that.
Right. Right. Man, for me, everything was like really new because I'm used to doing things on my own. Up until I got signed, I'm the one controlling when I put out music, when I drop a video, how it drops, whatever. I'm doing the rollout, whatever it is. With the label now, it's like they have schedules for releases.
Right.
They don't want you to release things when big artists are releasing. They're like, and things need to be ingested. They need to have a record 6 weeks. You got to get the record cleared. So for me, it's like, okay.
The Red Sea.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell's going on? But it's also a learning experience. It's like, okay, now this is the way things are done when you're with the label. You have certain protocol you got to go by. You have to have records in at a certain time if you want them to get ingested. And if you want them to be playlisted, all that other stuff, you know. So for me, I'm used to like just doing what I want to do when I want to do it.
Right.
So I had to like learn to work with a team of people that's in charge of this, in charge of that, in charge of this. I'm very grateful that now everyone's on the same page. In the beginning, it's like I feel like they had to learn me and learn who I was, and we didn't agree with a lot of things in the beginning. But now everything's good. And yeah, so
nothing's funnier than when she calls me with the label jargon.
Like, yo, they trying.
No, not at all. So the record is the research is doing well. It's being ingested next week.
Oh, okay.
The DSPs are going out. I'll be like, yo, bro, what's happening in English? Stop playing.
She get real corporate on you.
Real bad. I'm like,
I have to keep everybody updated.
I'm like, is that good or bad? She's like, it's good. Okay, this time things are good.
Everything is
thumbs up.
good.
We got it.
But that's how they talk to me.
She be she got it down packed though. I give her that. She called me and I'll be like, huh? Who that?
But I just like keep her updated. I like to keep her updated.
Listen. Okay, what you need me to do?
Right.
That's it.
But that's what I love the most in this entire process working with her is that it's always what you need me to do.
Right.
It's never like, oh well, I'm gonna need $30,000.
Right.
You look like, you know.
Well,
see, when it comes to
when it comes to the rest of
you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like, you know, it's so genuine. You can tell that she actually enjoyed doing the record. She likes the record, opposed to just like, all right, it's treating like a business swapper. Here you go, there you go. Like, so it's like I love that because I feel like a lot of people don't get to experience that with the artists that they're working with. Everything is really, really, really business, and not that this is not business, but it feels different when the artist actually likes the collab. Like they enjoy doing the collab. We enjoy the video. Like Like, it's
Also,
just...
too, I just feel like if we're working together, we're gonna work together from the beginning to the end. I'm not just gonna come, throw you the verse, and just be like, all right, whatever. Like, I want the record to do well because I want to be in something that's doing well. So if you need me to show up for certain appearances, if you need me to come in and talk to somebody because you may not have that relationship or whatever the case may be, whatever I can do to assist, why would I not do that?
Right.
Or if you're telling me, okay, we did the record, now you wanna shoot the video. I know how labels work and how they move. I could press them, be like, yo, I need X amount for hair, makeup, car services, but we need it done by a certain time. We gotta go, and I got a closet full of clothes. To me, I feel like a lot of those things hinder certain projects, and it hurts the actual talent in the process. And I've been through it before.
Right. And it makes it unenjoyable for them.
Yeah, it makes you, like, I went through that before. I'd be like, why did I even put this on my record? Because you have so much stuff, like, it's tied into it. Once the record is done, when it comes to the videos and the appearances, it's like pulling teeth, getting the person to do stuff. So I never want to be that person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's been done to me and I ain't like it. I want to fight. And
yeah. You're paying it forward in another way.
I love that.
Yeah. Who would you say in your career did that for you?
Nobody.
If anybody. Nobody?
No one. Well, not women for that matter. And I can't even say that I learned a lot from Joe, but he was learning, so I learned from his mistakes just by being there. But it's different when you're dealing with a male artist and with a female artist. It's a lot of different things that go into it, and I didn't have that. I tell her that all the time, I wish I had somebody that had been doing this for years, that's been through this, been through that, and could tell me any type of advice. I had to learn every single thing. I learned from trial and error, and then I went away for a long time and had to come back and learn it again.
Yeah.
So with a whole new system, I feel like it cost me nothing to give her information or to just tell her my experience.
Right.
It don't even got to be no word. Like, this is what happened to me, and hopefully this is not what you're gonna do. Or if I could do it again, this is what I would do differently.
Right.
Or this person, don't trust their ass, because this is what they did. Or this person, phony as hell.
Right.
But this is how it's gonna work. And there's times where I be having to say something like, yo, I try my best to, like, not be too imposing, because I know, like, me, like, the way I talk, sometimes people be like, oh, she's a little crazy. Like, I think she thought I was crazy and like, now she knows that I'm just, like, a little bit crazy, not a lot. But I feel like we need to do that as artists, period, as people. I don't know any artist that came into this rich.
Right.
That came into it, like, well off already. Like, we all come from the same place, and it's not gonna hurt me to help her.
Right.
And a lot of times people be acting like if they help somebody else, it's the end of their career.
Yeah.
And that's really not the case, because you never know when the tables are gonna turn and that person could be helping you.
Facts, because the tables always turn. That's the thing.
It's true.
The tables always turn. Now, Ghetto and Ratchet. Connie, you went through every borough,
I did.
right? Jen Carter's from Brooklyn?
Yes.
Jen Carter's from Brooklyn. You had him on there. Kaya Baby, Queens.
Girl.
Dave East, Harlem. And we brought it to the Bronx.
Big Bronx.
Big Bronx.
Yes.
And you surprised the world
Yes, I
with
did.
Remy Ma. How did this happen? Who made the call?
First, I reached out to her. I did. All I did was send the video. And she said, bet. That's all she wrote was bet.
All you did was send the video?
Yes, I sent her the first video, because we have like 10 videos. The very first one. I sent it to her, and I forgot what I said, but all she wrote was bet, and I was like, it's lit. Because we were supposed to do something in the past. But you know, she didn't feel like it was the right time or the right record. And she was very adamant about just when she wanted to release something with somebody, she wanted to be a release. She wanted to be a big thing. And I respected that, because that's what I want too.
Right.
Period. So she wrote bet, and then it took a little while to get the verse to me, because she was working. You see her doing her thing. You see her, you know, narrating, doing her big one. Yeah. So I was patient, but I still was also working and just trying to, like, figure out how I want to roll the record out. And as the record was growing, people were reaching out to me because they wanted to hop on it.
Right.
So Dave hit me. He wanted to hop on it. Dave is someone that reached out. Don is someone that reached out. So it was like, okay, cool. Like, how can I make this like a big thing? But everything was perfect timing, because I had all of those verses before I had hers. I got hers at the very last minute. And it was like, this is when you play the video game,
right?
And you gotta beat the master. You got the last level, and the master's like, it was like, this is the master level. Boom.
This is the one.
Yes. Yeah. It We was in the studio together. We was very vibey.
Okay. See, that's something that people don't do a lot anymore.
She requested that. She's like, I need to be in the studio.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing those games. And I'm like, let's do it, because I'm about that.
You feel it different. You can hear it. Like, certain records that you can hear, if you makes you feel something 9 times out of 10, there was some type of connection there. Like, it's nothing. Like, I have a studio in my house. I could have recorded in my house and sent the record.
Right.
I do it often. This particular record, I wanted to be there. I wanted her to be there. And it gives you a different energy, and it makes you like, I'm seeing her, she's hyped. I'm in the studio, I'm in a booth, so I see her, so when I'm laying my first, she's like,
yeah, it was vibe.
And it's giving you
so now it's like,
right?
all right, you don't get that when you're not together. Like, we sat in there, I ate all the cookies, she had her bowl of ice.
What kind?
Chocolate chip. She had her bowl of ice, I had my bowl of ice. Like, she with ice.
Not y'all being the same.
Yes. Why does she eat ice?
Right.
I could not, like, so we was just like chilling.
Ghetto and Ratchet, both of you.
Yes.
Period.
I was a little clatchy. A little classy.
Right, okay,
Ghetto,
clatchy.
A little clatchy. It was just a good vibe, and that to me also inspired me to be like, yo, when she roll this out, whatever she needs from me, I'm gonna make sure that I'm there. Like, I want her to, when I listen to some of her other records that she played for me, that's gonna be on her project, and I was just like, this is dope. Like I said, I feel like we need to do that to each other. It costs me nothing to support her.
Right.
Nothing at all.
And prior to the record, I remember seeing you at her listening party for Underdog season.
Because, so let me tell you, and I felt so bad because around that time she had asked me to do a record, and I was like, I like the record, but I was like, this is not the one. This ain't, but I still wanted to support, so I didn't tell her I was gonna go, because I'm like, if I say I'm gonna go and then something happened and I'll make it, she's gonna think like I'm bullshit. So I just showed her, she was like, oh my God, and then I met her sister.
Oh my God, please.
What happened?
Nothing.
No, we just have some things in common, me and sis. But she was like, stop talking to her. I'm dying. Like, it'd be so funny. She'd be trying to block people from like talking to me. So I'm like,
when I see her, I'm gonna say this. I'm like,
right.
no, the fuck you're not.
That's like my.
You're gonna say hi. You're gonna go back over there.
I'll be dying. She'd be like, that's it. Take the picture, go. I'm like,
that's it.
Hi guys, hi. Sorry.
Right.
She said no.
Oh
But it's
my
just
God.
real, it's cool, and it's so bad now because like I didn't even tell her this, but I have like all of my friends are my best friends. Like, I'm their best friend, all of my friends. So I have like seriously, all of my friends, if you ask any one of my friends who's their best friend, they're all gonna say me. Like,
Right.
I'm that friend. I have gotten at least 3 messages from my friends like, all right now.
Enough with
God.
the Connie Diamond.
This Connie, who's this Connie lady? The Kiki,
Oh, God.
I swear to God. Like,
I'm a good girl.
Like, one
They're
of my
real
friends,
territorial.
literally, I haven't seen her in a couple months. She made an impromptu visit the other day. Like, yeah, I need to come down there because it seems like you're making new friends. You must need a friend or something. I'm like, nah, she was really cool. They're like, you know how you are. But it's not that. If I like somebody, I like them, and that's just that. They're like, no, we gotta see. But you're like my friends. All my friends end up being friends with each other. Like, and then they hang out without me when I'm not there. So it's cool. People know if you made it to be my friend, and I'm like, really, Jackie, you've been screened. Like, it's okay.
All the way through,
Like,
too.
if you are my friend, if I ever called you my friend, but you never met or hung out with my other friends, probably really wasn't my friend.
So that.
Right.
But no, seriously, because you know, people be like, oh my God, I want you to meet so-and-so. Don't introduce me to somebody that you're not really sure about. I'm gonna be mad because why would you even introduce them and put them in my life?
Exactly.
So no, don't do that. So
Now that stains your character.
yeah, now I look crazy because I look like I'm hanging out with meatballs and I don't like that.
Not meatballs.
Yes, turkey meatballs at that.
Oh my gosh. So you guys recorded in the studio together.
Yes.
Connie, when Remy was in the booth doing her, what's going through your mind? What's the energy? Like, that's a big deal.
I still have that footage, and I've been contemplating, like, when do I want to post it?
Oh yeah, I forgot. She
have
walks
the
around
footage.
with a cameraman 24/7.
Oh, yes, I know.
Shout out to Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Excuse
E.
me, changed his name.
Oh, yeah. Erica Belli?
Erica Velli.
Erica Belli.
Yeah.
Everywhere with Connie. That I know.
For
You know that.
Like, yeah.
He gonna take all the pictures.
I just was like, I was really, really, really like, cause like I'm so happy that she didn't send it to me beforehand. Like, I've heard the verse in person, cause I haven't heard a verse from her in a minute. So I'm just like, okay, what is it gonna be? Is it gonna be?
Hopefully she's not whack like
and
some
then-
of these rappers that get
Right.
whacked when you don't hit them for a while. Oh my
No.
God, is she whacked?
I didn't know what to expect because it's like, it's also like a new kind of like sound.
Right.
And it's like, that's not, I never really heard her do anything like that. So, I just didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, what's it gonna be? And it's just all like hood niggas and thug dealers and gang. I'm like, wait.
The Remy that we all know, for real.
Like, it was so perfect. Like, I couldn't believe how perfect it was. I'm like, and it was only 12, and it makes you feel like she gave you just enough, but then you also wanted more.
Right.
I was like, this is perfect. Like, they gonna eat this shit up. Like, I couldn't wait for everything to be cleared and shot and done to roll that shit out. Like, I was beasting. Like,
meanwhile, I'm over there like, I'm patting my son and shaking my head. I'm just
dancing.
She bodied it. She
That's
killed it. That's not what. She killed it. So I had to match that energy. I think a lot of people, they're like, oh, Rems, but that's because, like I said, I've been in this for a while, and also people haven't heard me in a while.
Right.
But let's be clear, like, Connie went crazy. And that's why she was getting the calls from everybody to be on her record. I had a great foundation.
Absolutely.
To
give you the ammo to give all that.
Right.
Now, we're all in different spaces in our lives, and of course, as MCs, rappers, you bring it on a different level. And, just in general, when this comes out, this is what they're expecting from you, especially Remy, Connie, we already know how you give it up, and that's what gave you the ammo to go crazy like you did, because, girl.
Yes.
This is the energy that we've all been waiting for. Now, what do you feel like that sparked in you to give us more? Because, you're growing in this space too on another level.
I've definitely, I feel like I have people hiding in my bushes in front of my house telling me that I got a certain amount of time to put out a whole project or it's up for me. Like, my life, I feel a little threatened that if I don't drop a project soon, that something might happen to me.
Right.
I'm being pressured by friends and my peers to like just random calls. Like, so what are you doing? So it's just like, okay, relax, Connie.
We need more.
Relax, Remy Mafia. I gotcha. So the problem was I actually planned on putting on a project last year. So I'm gonna do it for the Hip Hop 50th. But last year, when I tell you they was taking this Hip Hop 50th like to the extreme, I didn't get a break.
Right. At all.
Like, no, at all. So every time I thought, all right, I'm gonna go, because I record everything, I record in Miami. That's where I feel like I'm just at whatever. So every time I was like planning to go down there, something else came up. So I was like, this year is on my priority. Like, I have two things on my list of priorities. My talk show, which is very, very important to me, and a full music project. And if I don't do it, if I don't get to the music part, just blame Connie, because it's her fault.
Right. And you out here promo running.
I could be in the studio right now, but I'm here or doing promo, so just blame her. Like, if y'all looking for somebody to blame Connie Diiamond.
Right.
Don't listen to her, please.
Who has a project on the way.
Who has a project on the way.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
I'm working on it. Are you going to be in my project?
Now this.
Yeah, because
have y'all not back in the studio now, Ratchet?
We have not been in the studio.
So what you waiting on? Remy?
Stop. We not doing that. Stop it. How many weeks have you been sending me beats for?
I'm trying to find
No. We just need a number. How many weeks have you been sending
maybe like 3 or 2.
Definitely 4.
Wait, it's because I'm trying to find the right sound.
Oh, now you're trying to find the right sound.
No, because I don't want to sing you no BS. Like, I'm not.
I feel like an EP with you guys would be really dope.
Everybody keeps saying
that.
I really think so. I feel like Connie brings out that we all.
Listen, I be trying to tell you I'm changed, but not a lot. It's like I'm like one paper cut away from like Remy idiot.
Right.
Like, oh God.
So if I nick, I was like, she out. Like, so.
And I feel like Connie's in her era right now. So EP on the way, please.
Producers, we're looking for beats, not whack ones.
Not whack ones. The right sound.
Right. Now, Connie, I saw that you posted when Remy was, filming for Mary J's video. You got that call, the text, like, yo, come get this cameo.
I was so gassed.
Gone forever.
You need to come to the video with Mary J. Blige. Like, what the fuck? I ran there. I was like, I gotta get my hair. I was running all over the place.
Right.
I was so happy just to be there because like Mary is legendary too. Like,
right.
You know, like we did a little toast. If you watch the video,
I saw it.
But again, it just makes me feel like wow, I love that I'm being embraced. I love that she's bringing me into these rooms with these legendary people and showing me, because I've never been on like a real big video set. It was like official. It was like mad people, 100 cameras.
Rivera production.
Yes, it was a real big video set, and it's just again like me being who I am, an artist working towards these things. Just to experience that too, was like amazing. I was like, wow, like this is what a real like. It was a good vibe. I couldn't really.
She was mad quiet, like
because I was sucking it in.
You and Mary?
Look,
please.
But she posted that. I was like, hold on. I was like, did you just do a toast with Mary? Did I just?
She did text me that.
Hold on, what
she
was
definitely
that?
texted me that.
But she's upstairs, so she's quiet. She's gonna say she's calm. Mind you, I call her Post Malone because she posts all the time. I don't post at all. She posts
She got
all the time.
to.
I have to.
That's
Post
the
Malone
space she
here.
did. Any
I'm
other
looking at her page. I'm like, when did you do this? I know we're at the video shoot because I see the scene. She's in there. She's twerking. She this. I said, so you had a whole a whole social media content shoot in the bag.
Get content.
But what's not
Everywhere
saying
you
that? That's how we need content. Posted like I be in the bed chilling, minding my business, watching whatever Netflix trilogy or series I'm on. Here she come. Why didn't you post the pictures I sent you? What? Why are you?
She posts a month later. It's like, girl.
Right. Come on, content.
Do I still not get the energy when I post it though?
You do.
You gotta
get
feel
great
it.
energy. You go viral every time.
That's all that matters.
Oh God.
Bro, first of all, I'm not sitting there every day. I don't like people knowing where I'm at. That's number one. I come from the everywhere. Oh, that's where you at? I was looking for you, bitch.
Pulling up. Right.
I don't know who's looking for me. I feel like I don't have anybody looking for me, but you never know. Who you might have run the wrong way. Like, oh, that's where she at. So I don't post when I'm there. And then once I'm going, I don't think about it no more.
Right.
So when I get the call at 2 a.m, like in caps, like, why you ain't post? I'm like, bro, cause I haven't posted in 2 weeks. The same reason why I never post. Nobody paid me to post. Like, if I'm getting paid, that's different. But for the most part, like, if I'm doing something, I have to really just be in the mood. And then sometimes I'll be sitting, I'm like, let me see what I got. Let me post something. And then I post.
My only thing is like, drop a little content, a little personality,
Right.
You seen the video with it? I let Hood. It went crazy.
Exactly.
And we were trying to. She wanted us to do a dance, and I'm like, I can't do it. No, I can't dance.
Right.
Not what she told me.
All you gotta do is talk your
I'm
talk.
like, we gotta do a boom boom. I'm like, girl, I need a couple days.
She told me she needed 3 to 5 business days. That's
for the dance.
To learn a TikTok dance, yes.
That's insane. Like my little cousins being there in 30 minutes is lit. Like,
patting the
why
hands.
do you? Nah, I can't. And it was fire. I was like, you know what? Forget it. We'll just do the cute one. We'll be saying that.
Get straight to the point. What type of niggas do you like?
And it did great. We did a couple M's.
We did a couple M's. I mean, we be counting M's. I'm like, I won't be satisfied.
So look, Chris
Come on, bring the M's on.
Fun fact. So we post a snippet from the video that we did.
Okay.
So the video, it comes out. I look at all the other features she did because I'm just competitive like that. I look
Of course.
At
What's your sign?
Gemini.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. Ooh.
Big gem.
Right.
So I look at all of them, so I'm like, I think the most that she had got was like 1.7 with Dave. And I'm like, yeah, we gonna pass that.
Right.
So plus he's a Gemini, so we got our own little
very competitive.
own little
You Geminis are different. But yeah.
Literally like in the first 4 hours or something like that. Like it was like to M already. I'm like, yo, we about to have an M. She's like, yo, that's crazy. So she's like, nah, I want 2 now. So we get to 2 million. This is like in a day. The second day comes, she's like, I'm thinking we should go to 4 million. I'm like, 4 million on bunch of it's just an Instagram snippet. I'm like, I don't know about 4 million.
Literally
2 days later, 4 million.
Yeah.
I call her, I'm like, yo, we have 4 million. She's like, I know, I seen it now. I'm just thinking I want 8. I'm like, 8 million? It's an Instagram reel. What is 8 million? That's crazy.
He did.
Why is it past 8 million? Like we almost at 9 now, right?
It's
past
at
9?
least 10 now.
Really? It's crazy. The engagement and everything that we've been getting, and the love, I appreciate it. And I think, like I said, it all goes back to people can feel the genuineness, the love, and the talent. Like it's
absolutely.
It's we actually.
Come on. Now, when you look at her career and you see yourself in that space, you know, as the younger version of you, what do you think that she can work on to make her even better?
I don't see her as a younger version of me. I was out of control. Like, definitely, she's way more polished and more mature than I was. But I also think that comes from her experience of being an entrepreneur as well, to begin with. Like, so she took it as a business. To me, when I came out, I just wanted to be the nicest, and that's it. I didn't really care about anything else. She like came into it thinking like, okay, this is a business, and this is what I want to do, and this is my career. I didn't have that, but I just want her to be great. I don't feel like there's any right or wrong way to go about it. A lot of times people gonna be like, yo, I want to get on, I want to be a rapper. And I'm like, yo, if you want to be a doctor, I can tell you how to be a doctor. Go to this school, take this test. You want to be a lawyer, go this, pass the bar, you're a lawyer. Go this academy, you're a police officer. There's certain professions where there's steps that you take, and no matter whether you're a good one or bad one, that's on you, but you're gonna be that. There's really no right or wrong path to being an artist. I just want to see her win. I want her to be bigger than me. I want her to be bigger than I ever was. I always want more for my friends and for my peers. Like, that's my goal. And if anything that I can do to assist in that, I'm at your liberty.
Right. Why you want to make a thug cry?
Come on. Now we about to make Remy
cry.
Now we about to make Remy cry. Connie.
A thug cry now.
She's
when
so
you look at Remy.
I appreciate her so much, man.
Of course.
I really do.
When you look at Remy and her career and, you know, everything that she's done, what is something that you want to see her do more of in the space that she's in now? Because
I want to see her post it more on Instagram.
Right?
I won't call you so much if I see what you're doing.
Like, it's ridiculous. Like, what the? Like, that is insane.
She wants people to know more of you because it's so gravitating.
No, for real though, I want to see some more acting roles, because she's already been killing that. I want to see.
She wants me outside. She wants me in the club.
Yeah.
She wants me drinking Don Julio and Casamigo. I'm not that person. If you want to be scraping me off the floor and carrying me on the stretcher to the car, fine. Pour it up. Like, I'm not. I can't do that. But I do think.
I want to see more. I want to just see more music too. I love what she's been doing, and we've been missing the music. You know, she's been doing her other, you know, endeavors, but. Like all the comments is like, oh my gosh, she's back. We miss her because she hasn't put anything out in a while. So this is like the person. This is who I grew up listening to.
Right.
Like Jadakiss Fat. Like these are the people that I'm like. These are the people that I listen to.
You heard that? Jadakiss Fab. Go ahead, name some more fire legends.
Yeah, you feel me? Like these people that the spitters. Those people that I grew up listening to. So like these would be sitting here right now. It's like, what the fuck?
Right.
Crazy.
Like, see, I'm a bad influence. That's why I don't hang out with her. But now she cursing.
Y'all said we could curse.
Right.
It's crazy.
She only started because you started, but I let both of you curse.
I be trying to.
No, that is so beautiful. So what I took from this was, Remy, we gotta get back to the ante up.
Yes, I'm there.
We gotta get back to that.
That's only in the studio though.
Only in the studio. And Connie, you gotta keep doing what you're doing because it's working. And you guys are here for a reason, of course. And it was my pleasure.
Yes, thanks for having us.
BT Talks. We did that.
Yay.